Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from Bioholic. Hope you all are doing well. Now in this video, I am going to start a new phylum Chordata, with its salient features. Okay, now I have divided this portion into several parts so that you can learn this portion in details. Okay, now this is the first part of the phylum Chordata. So let's begin. So the Chordata is a kind of animal phylum with which everyone is most intimately familiar, since it includes some other vertebrates and humans, right? Now one thing we should keep in our mind that not all chordates are vertebrates, okay? But all chordates have some common features at some point of their life, okay? Now, what are the features? Let's have a look into this. So, first one is presence of notochord. Second one is the dorsal hollow nerve cord. Third one is the pharyngeal gill slits. And the last one is post-anal tail. Okay, so we can find all these features in all chordates. Okay, and now we will talk about these features one by one. So at the very first, the notochord. So the chordates are named for the notochord, which is a flexible rod-shaped structure, and this is found in the embryonic stage of all chordates and also in the adult stage of some lower chordate species. Okay. Now this notochord is located between the digestive tube and the nerve cord, okay, which provides the skeletal support through the length of the body. And in some chordates, the notochord acts as the primary axial support of the body throughout the animal's lifetime. And in vertebrates, the notochord is present during their embryonic development, at which time it includes the development of the neural tube, which serves as a support for the developing the embryonic body. And this notochord is replaced by the vertebral column, which is also known as spine in most of the adult vertebrates, just like us. Second point is the dorsal hollow nerve cord. Now, the chordates are also triploblastic animal, and this dorsal hollow nerve cord derived from ectoderm gum layer, which rolls into a hollow tube during the development of the embryo. Okay, and in chordates it is located dorsally to the notochord, so that it is known as the dorsal hollow nerve cord. Okay, now in case of other animals, they are characterized by the solid nerve cords, which are located either ventrally or laterally, but in case of chordates it is located dorsally. Okay, now the nerve cord found in most chordate embryos, which develops into the brain and spinal cord, which comprise the central nervous system of us. Okay, now the third feature is the pharyngeal gill slits. Okay, now you can see this in this image. These are the gill slits. Now we human, we also have gills. Okay, now we don't have, but we have gills in our embryonic stage. Okay, now these gill slits are the openings in the pharynx, which extend to the outside of the environment. And in organisms that live in the aquatic environment, pharyngeal slits allow for the exit of water, which enters their mouth during their feeding. And some invertebrate chordates use their slits to filter the food out of the water which enters the mouth. Okay? And in vertebrate fishes, The gill slits develop into gill arches, the bony or cartilaginous gill supports. Okay? And in most terrestrial animals, including the mammals and birds, these gill slits are present only during the embryonic development. Okay? And in these animals, the gill slits develop into jaw and inner ear bones. Understood? And finally, the post-anal tail. So the post-anal tail is a posterior elongation of the body which extend beyond the anus. Okay? And this tail contains the skeletal elements and muscles which provide the source of locomotion in the aquatic species. Okay? Now in some terrestrial vertebrates, the tail also helps them for their balance, coating and signaling when the danger is near. Okay, now in humans and other apes, the post-anal tail is present only during the embryonic development. But now this is vestigial, meaning they are functionless in the course of the evolution as an adult. Okay. And now we will discuss about some other features which are also common in all chordates. Okay. So the circulatory system of all chordates is closed circulatory system. Okay, and their heart is ventral in position and it helps in the circulation of blood with the aid of muscular contraction and relaxation. And generally the hemoglobin is the respiratory pigment which is present in the blood of all chordates. Okay, and next is the blocks of muscles which is called as myomere is present sequentially arranged as external body wall. Okay, and internally different organs are also arranged in metamerically. So as I have mentioned that the chordates are the triploblastic animal. So all the organs are developed from their ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm of their germ layers. Okay, and the development of coelom is enterocoelic, meaning the coelom arises in the embryonic stage of their development. Okay. Now, the majority of the higher chordates possess both exoskeleton and endoskeleton. Now, if you have any questions or doubts related to today's lecture, then ask me in the comment section below, or you can mail us in our mail address. And if you find this video helpful, then give it a big thumbs up and share it with others. And if you are new here, then hi, myself Ankita Biswas, your bioeducator. Please subscribe to our channel Bioholic and hit the bell icon to get further notifications of our upcoming video. So, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Until then, keep watching Bioholic.